Ah, dang it.
What is up, YouTube? Today I have a friend who asked me to make him a custom GameCube. So, with as little time as I've had lately, I decided it would be a cool video to do. And yeah, there's a buddy I met on YouTube, and he's really cool. And I am making a video of making him his custom GameCube. So that way, once it's all said and done, he can kind of look at the process and think, hey, that's kind of cool, you know? But at least I would think it'd be cool. But hopefully you other viewers will also find it interesting. So without further ado, let's get started. You all know this as a GameCube. I already got it halfway apart. Something I forgot to do though is to test it, because I want to make sure that it works and that it's good to go before I put all my time and energy into it. So let me get some hookups and we shall fire it up. Alright, I got my cables, I got a couple games. I do not have a controller, but I think I know where one's at. Aha! GameCube controller. So, and I got my little TV over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. And my cats. So, silence. Let us fire it up. God, it's been a while. Awesome. So far, so good. Cool. We got visual, which is a good sign. So let's pop in a game. And I have Call of Duty 2. Big red one. Yes, it wasn't the small blue one. Okay, this is funny. That's great. I never seen that opening for that company. Alright, well, cool. Alright, so we know it works, so there's that. Always a good thing to remember. You know what? My buddy wants to be able to play backups, so I'm assuming that the laser hasn't been tuned, because I tried it once when I first got it. Because whenever I bought it, it had a Xeno mod chip installed. And I actually bought it for the case, which is right here. But since then I've gotten a couple more, and he really wanted one, so I figured I could spare it. But I'm afraid what I must do is create a backup of a game and try that out and see if it works. Alright, let's go to one of my favorite websites, if it will. I don't know if it's going to. This computer's literally shot. I just use it for storage more than anything. Alright, here we go. Awesome Google. By the way, you can find me on Google. Just type in EX7 mods. And we will go to one of the best, in my opinion, the isozone.com. Or .net, I don't know what it is now. No, it's .com. Wow. Ow. Okay, I finally got the game burnt, which my lawyers will tell you I legally own. Ha ha ha. So, let's see if this thing has a correct laser tune to play backups with. And turn my TV back on. Turn this on. Hold the buttons down. Usually you can tell right off the bat, it'll go all cray. And wow, check that out. I actually saved myself some time. I guess I didn't burn it correctly, but yeah, now it's good to go. So maybe the next time I do a tutorial, I'll show you guys how to laser tune in order to play full-size discs. So onward to the next part, which is the LEDs. Alright, first rule, unplug the power, but first I'm going to show you where I like to mount LEDs, and I will show you how to do it with a multimeter. But typically you just want to find a place that has 12 volts. A lot of the time your fans do. So turn it on. Put one here. And one here. And there you have it. And also when you turn the switch off, power goes away, so it'll turn the LEDs off. Alright, I'm going to do green, and then I'm going to do UV LEDs. And I thought about doing a color changing LED up top, but let's see. But let's see here. Placement is everything. And again, buy the pre-wired ones. They're a lot cheaper, and you can find them anywhere except for Radio Shack. If you go like to a store to buy them, you will literally pay more for one LED than you could have got a package of 24. And having them pre-wired is just super handy. Okay, I'm actually missing my hot glue gun because in the midst of remodeling everything, but and show you guys another trick, and that is typically to just get a lighter, take your glue, don't get too carried away because it gets pretty hot pretty quick. Take a little dab here and kind of wind her up, set that somewhere where it's not going to stick to your table. And voila! First mount of LED. Ouch, ow, ow. It's really better to have a glue gun, but unfortunately I don't have that right now. Okay, I'll put this one right here. Awesome possum. I need to stop saying that. I'm pretty sure that died in the early 2000s. Another trick that's kind of handy is to kind of be aware of your enclosures. And like you see right here is free space, but between here and here it's locked. And you just kind of want to keep an eye on that kind of thing and just make sure that you allow yourself space to be able to put everything back together. Lighting in here sucks, by the way. It's actually the easiest way I've found is to and I don't have, if I had correct wire strippers it'd be better, but again I don't at the moment. But what I like to do is just take it and use not the point of your soldering iron. Just kind of burn off a little bit of rubber. Ouch. And then attach it to your other one. Kind of wrap it around. Take a bit of soldering and attach it like so. After that, take a piece of heat shrink. This is entirely too big. Let's see if I got a smaller one. Probably not. Okay, there we go. Take a piece of heat shrink and cut it to length. Bring it on your wire where you just made your connections. Ow. If you didn't do it like I did, it should just go right on. Then take your perspective heat gun, bring down your heat rat, and voila, you got a solid wiring. Okie doke. I just did my last of the wiring up for the first section of LEDs. So I'll plug it back in. Plug the power back in. And there we have it. First section. They look pretty straight. Pretty nice though. I actually prefer the ultra bright LEDs myself, but I know you can get different lumens, so to speak. Alright, another thing I always thought was cool is to the little dips that tell you which player is which. On my other GameCube mod, I drilled them out and had lights in them. And it made for a nice accent, so I was gonna do it again if I can find the drill bit. Tiny, tiny drill bit. When you're doing this, try not to stab yourself or drill through your hands. That definitely kind of sucks a little bit. I actually took a grinder and shortened that. That way I knew for a fact it wouldn't be touching the motherboard. Plus, when you scuff them up, they let more of more light out. It disperses it more somehow. I'm not exactly sure how. I don't think that was. I guess it must have been. But yeah, just shave a little off the top. And there you have it. That fits the gap between the motherboard and the LEDs a lot better now. I don't know if you can really see it with the camera, but definitely a little bit better. I feel more comfortable with that. So, yeah. There's one. Anywho, I got the LEDs for the controller ports in place, and now I just got to wire them together. So I'm gonna do it. All right. Just kind of be aware of your your electronics as you're doing this. You don't want to ground yourself out and blow something up. And believe me, I've done that a time or two. Oh, another fun fact, if you have LEDs and you're not sure which one is positive, the longer length one is always the hot side. The shorter one is the negative side, but just make sure you keep track of that. Set these back over here. Make sure I didn't grab the wrong one. Looks like I might have. Okay. Do that there. This is what happens when you don't buy pre-wired. It takes twice as long and it's a lot more aggravating. Okay, I got the front panel all LED'd up and I just need to tie the wires from here to one of these. And to do that, I will break out my drawer where I keep various lengths of wire. And I will find some. So, I say I will. God, I gotta... Alright, before I get funky with it, I'm gonna try to turn it on and make sure I got all my lights. Awesome. And check it out. You got some nice green on top, got some nice purple out front, and it kind of makes the controller ports glow just a little bit, but you can't really see it on camera. But yeah, it's coming along. Alright, the second part of what my buddy wanted was a matching Wavebird controller, so I went ahead and picked one up, and I'm gonna take it apart and paint it to match the GameCube. And I was probably gonna add a couple LEDs in it. I'm not sure where though, so let's get it apart. Come on. Okay. I'll keep one of them for size reference. Oh wow. Mitsumi? Okay. Simple enough. I was thinking replacing the joysticks too. And like I said, some LEDs, but I'm not entirely sure where. Alright, I'm gonna try to wire on to this switch and see if it powers an LED. Alright, basically I got it figured out that this switch is just basically hot on top, and the contact is in the middle to turn it off and on. So I just wired up an LED and just tried a few different circuits until it worked. And LED. Turn the switch off. No LED. Let's see if I can manage that. Switch on, switch off, switch on, off, on, off, on, off. And yeah. But I got it apart here. I was going to see about how some different joysticks would fit. And I was actually thinking about using PlayStation, but we'll see how they work. Alright, after some severe dremeling and polishing and a little bit of scraping, I feel like I finally got it
Of course I can't get the damn thing in there. Got it to where it works good and it looks good. Typically for this kind of mod, you don't have a clear case. You can just drill a couple small holes wherever to give it an ambient glow. Yeah, because everything. And as always, just kind of take your time and don't get carried away, otherwise you'll mess something up, like I often do. See how that fits. Oh, it's close. Just need a little bit more. And there you have it. Nice little LEDs to give your thingy a custom look without having to buy a custom case for it, which I've never seen a crystal case for one of these bad boys. You got the front, you got the back, got the battery lid. We'll set that aside. I'm actually going to paint this too, and of course it's got the security screws. So let me bust out my very small flathead. And of course we're going to do the front of the GameCube. So I'm going to pop that off. I need a little Phillips. Okie doke. When it comes to painting, like I said, I always use Krylon Fusion. It works pretty well. I tend to stick to the satin colors because I think the finish comes out nicer. But if you're dealing with automotive paint, which I have before, I just haven't done it in a while, to me this is your best bet. I always give it kind of a primer coat, I guess you'd call it. Give it a light coat at first. Just to help it out. Let that dry for a few minutes. Alright. Go ahead and let this paint up. Now typically they say spray paint dries pretty quick, but I always leave it alone at least for a couple hours to make sure the paint really hardens. So thanks to the magic of YouTube, you'll be waiting a minute, but for me, I got a few hours to kill. Alright, it's been a couple hours and my parts are nice and dry and satiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this controller back together, wire in the LEDs, Then put the GameCube back together, then call it good. Well, make sure it all works and everything too, of course. These, that. One to the other, and then just do a hot wire on here and do the same thing on the negative side, putting in a little plug, that way it kind of has the ability to detach. Okay. Here. Oh man, this is gonna be difficult. Solder here, a little solder there. I don't think it would hurt it to make contacts, but tape it up just to be safe. If anything, it would turn it on permanently, and that would kind of suck. Okay, now if everything's right, I should be able to plug it in, and we should have some lights. Yeah, I forgot about the fact that I need batteries. That's right. There you have it. A nice little something to add. I mean, it's not much, but I think it's pretty cool. Okay, I got my controller all mocked up, got all my buttons in, got my rubber padding everywhere, got my switches. All I have to do is put it together, and well, I say that's all I have to do, is to put it together and replace the security screws with screws that I actually like, and hook it up, make sure it all works. Everything feels good. Oh, I'm gonna set this down, and got one of these for reference. It was too big. Let's get a little zoom out. My collection of miscellaneous screws. Way too big. I'll extra small. I don't think it'll be quite that smaller. I think what I want. This is gonna be in here. Okay, basically I got my thing together, my controller, and I didn't do the little battery pack, but I mean the receiver pack. I got it halfway, but I haven't got it screwed together. And right now what I need to do is to put some batteries in it and make sure it works. And where is my polisher? Can't believe I did this, but I actually painted the contacts on the battery thing. Turns on. Both LEDs work. Get my lid. Okay. Nice. Turn on my GameCube and plug in the receiver. Make sure I'm on channel 1. And turn on my TV, if it will. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, now I got it on. Got my receiver in, and it looks like so far everything's working. Go ahead and do that. I just need to put something on there. Play game. Call of Duty. Start button works. It's kind of interesting the way that came out, because you don't really see the light, you just see the glow. Continue without saving. Alright. So far everything appears to be working, so I do feel one problem. This trigger feels like it's not going down all the way, and it's not. Yep, I screwed up. So I gotta take it apart and do it again. Alright, I got it. I took it apart, all back together. What it is there's these two little levers. These are actually two buttons in one. Like I noticed with Resident Evil, if you hold it down, you get like ready to fire, and if you pull it down, it triggers. So one of those was actually stuck, and that's why this trigger wasn't working. But I got it all apart and put it back together, did it right for the 4th time, I think. And just got to put batteries in it, make sure it still works. Turn that on. Yep. Alright. Controllers together. Everything looks good on it. Basically, yeah, still got a couple things left to do. I don't know if any of you noticed, but my buddy had a request for the jewel that's going on top. Originally I was going to put an Xbox symbol, but he wants a Bacardi symbol, and I figured this was about the right size to go on there, and he wants it to glow red, so that in itself is going to be another challenge. So I gotta figure out exactly how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and put this front panel back on. This down. And definitely want to attach that. Okay, that goes in there. Yeah, say it does. There you have a nice, sleek, black faceplate on the GameCube. Okay. Got the controller all together, and got it working. Let's see, the LED glows. The only thing really left to do is the jewel, and I've been thinking about it. And I think if I just took a piece of plexi and put it in there and put the sticker on top of that, and then put this on top of the sticker, and have an LED in the middle, it should work. So, yeah, I guess I'll get some plexiglass and we'll get started. Okay, I got my rough cut. I just basically got to make this into a circle, and then I was going to scratch the bottom. I was also going to place an LED inside somehow. I think I can just recess it in there, but we'll see. I got no pliers. That was kind of a pain. Hot. And, yeah. Here we go. Okay, basically I got this off Xbox Duke, and I got a little piece of plexi to go on it, and naturally it doesn't fit in there, so I gotta trim it down some more. Okie doke. I could probably just fit that in there without anything, but pretty much got it. I'm gonna have to get some super glue for this one. I could take that inner piece out. That would actually allow it to sink deeper. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, cool. Alright. I got a wire ran through the lid. LED right here. I'm gonna put a plug between here and here so that way I can detach it. And yeah. After that, it should be good to go. Okay, I got it mocked in place. I'm going to scuff the back side so that way it'll have more glow. I'll kind of show you the difference. Like you see it right now. I mean, there's glow there, but it's not a whole lot. And go ahead and turn this off and get my some sort of abrasive material. Okay, I don't know if any of you noticed, but I had a bottle of Bacardi, and I think I mentioned that, but basically this is what he wants for a jewel sticker. And this is pretty much the best I can do. So I'm going to carefully peel it off and then transfer it onto the other one. Actually, I have to heat that up to help the sticker. At least it should. Hopefully nothing bad happens. That's all I care about. I've literally paid $15 for this sticker. I'll still drink the rest, but probably not though. I'll probably just give it to a friend or something. Alright. There is my jewel. Shit. This is gonna be difficult. Trying to get it as center as possible because I'm only gonna have one shot at this. That's not it. I think that's pretty dang close. I would have totally just put an Xbox jewel in it. But it's alright. I really don't mind all this extra work. There you have it. Aha. Voila. Glowing red Bacardi GameCube jewel, I believe. Now I just gotta glue it together and let it sit and put this bad boy in its place. Okie dokie. Well, that just about wraps it up for this GameCube. I took another little sticker and put it on there for the Bacardi sake. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. Sorry it's kind of conjumbled. I literally did this over 3 or 4 days whenever I had spare time. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have another build up for you guys soon. And yeah, thanks for watching.